second question that I have for you. So some people might inherit or they purchase a land that is heavily overgrazed, or it has a low vegetation diversity in the ecosystem there locally. What would be the most cost-effective and most effective way to restore that native vegetation to that place?
Sure, and that is just a huge topic these days. And you know, a lot of, like you were saying, a lot of these tracts of land were previously in cattle production. They were planting non-native turf grasses like Bermuda, Bahia, and those species are basically nothingness for wildlife. So if you have a lot of acreage in Bermuda, you can just erase that acreage from your farm as being beneficial wildlife habitat. You know, you can walk around in it, fescue also, and kick it around, and you don't really get any bugs come up. You stand in the middle of it, you don't hear birds chirping. You know, herbicides can be a controversial subject, but they are a great tool. You know, we're fighting fire with fire. So we can use herbicides to get rid of a lot of those non-native invasive cattle grasses. And, you know, believe it or not, you know, they could have been in those grasses for 80 years, but there's all kinds of things in the seed bank. And if you can set them back or kill those non-natives, you won't believe some of the beneficial stuff that's just waiting to jump out. And if you combine that with a little bit of fire, you know, which our landscapes have you know, evolved to need that fire. Our species, a lot of them need that fire to come back. And so you combine a little bit of herbicide with a little bit of fire, you know, just one time. And then all that stuff will come back and thrive.
I love that.
And then you'll start walking through there and you will be kicking up all those bugs. Yeah. You will be hearing those birds. You'll start hearing quail again, you know. Turkeys can't nest in Bermuda. You know, they got to have some of that thick cover with food and bugs. So.
Yeah. No, I love that, and I think it's a real easy way to get in with the herbicide, and then following it up with fire, and seeing the diversity of those vegetation species coming back, seeing the bugs, and then also the birds, and just the overall ecosystem coming back to life. So I love that. It's a great input.
You know, the lack of fire. You know, you guys have a lot of problems with cedar encroachment, you know, or junipers, whatever you want to call them, and you know, a fire will get rid of them real quick, and again, you'll start seeing that seed bank pop. And you can, you know, you can plant some plants. You know, everything you need may not come back, so you could always scatter some stuff that you order and plant.
And a lot of those seeds in the seed bank will also be a lot more drought tolerant because they're being more native to the area, so they'll be more familiar with the rainfall, and